Hey, what is up everyone? My name is Sean and I'm just here to make a quick video to show you guys how I am using Odin Bot at the moment. Because I've been copy trading for 5 years. I've had a lot of success in the past with various bots and I've been sharing a lot of wins here in the share your wins section on Odin. A few people have been messaging me asking for help, which is great. So I just thought I would make this video to show you exactly what I'm doing step by step, not gatekeeping anything at all. And by no means do I think this is the be all end all of copy trading or the best strategy. There are people who I know who are making more money than me at the current moment copy trading, but this is just what's working for me and maybe it will give you some ideas. I took the last 2 to 3 months off copy trading because I was honestly too busy developing and I was waiting for the buy the dip feature to be added to Odin. In the past, I was using this strategy manually and I guess I hassled Loki enough to finally implement it. Very grateful to the Odin team, but most of what I do is utilizing the buy the dip feature. Not always, but this is a very powerful feature and I don't know if everyone knows just how powerful it is. And this video will kind of show you how you can be using it to bypass slippage and make lots of money with a relatively small buy size. So I started this Odin Bot account here about 4 or 5 days ago. I've been using a very small buy size of 0.2 Solana, and I have already doubled my portfolio, which I started with, which was about 1 Solana, and I'm currently in a trade at the moment. So you can see here my mirrors are doing decently well for a small buy size. I hope that these numbers will be much larger in the future as I increase the buy size, as I gain more confidence in the strategy and how the dip features are working. There's been a few kinks here and there, but we have worked together with Loki to fix them and tighten them up. So I'm pretty confident that everything is working 100% now. So I'm going to show you my entire workflow start to finish, not leaving anything out, and just 100% full disclaimer. My workflow is reliant on the copy trader tools at copytrader.com with 2 R's. These are my tools, but I built them because I knew there was a better way to copy trade, for me at least, and I was tired of guessing. So the whole system is built around using traders' historical data and back testing over 120,000 possible combinations of take profit, stop loss, entry, whether immediately or on a dip, and whether or not to copy the trader's sell. So you're no longer guessing. You know exactly what would have worked in the past. You know what the ROI and win rate would have been for every single combination. And then you can decide based on that information how to proceed and move forward copying the trader. And I don't think there's anything else that can really beat that, because we can't predict the future. All we can do is analyze the past and make an educated decision. But what most people do in copy trading, they are simply guessing. They're seeing a nice trader, they're looking at a few charts, and they're just guessing. Let me enter here immediately and let me use a 30% take profit, but you have no idea how that would have worked or if there's something that would have worked better. So this whole workflow is using Odin Bot and Copy Trader in combination. These are my tools. This is my toolkit. There are many other tools out there. Whatever you choose to use, that's 100% fine. If you choose to go at it alone, that's 100% fine. But I'm just going to show you exactly what I'm doing, what's working for me, and what's working for so many other people who I know. And if at any time I'm going too fast in this video, because I'm gonna try to really fly through it, I don't want this to be a 2-hour long video, then I have a free course at copytrader.com/course. It's 100% free, available to anyone, and it will break down every step of this entire process in really detailed videos. Everything from finding the wallets to mapping out the trades into a CSV, and then analyzing those trades, everything. We even then go into how to maximize your fees and what buy size to use, how to track your traders and be really organized, anything you can think of, and it's 100% free. So with all that being said, that's why I'm here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna jump to my screen and show you exactly what's working for me using Odin Bot right now. Okay, so welcome back. And yeah, since I left you there briefly to prep for this video, we had another trade with this trader who I just added today. So that's great. As you can see from my trades, the first time I traded with this trader was an hour ago. I bought the 12% dip, hit my 40% take profit. 20 minutes ago, bought the 12% dip, hit my 40% take profit. So what I'm doing, what I'm about to show you, the workflow I'm about to show you, that's exactly what I did. And the only thing that I did to come up with this strategy of a 12% dip, 40% take profit, 40% stop loss, which the tool showed me would yield a 71% win rate and a 17% ROI. I would get into 28 out of 96 trades, and you've seen so far 2 trades, 2 wins. So that's very promising. And now I'm going to show you the entire workflow from start to finish, how I got to this point, how I chose a strategy, what these tools even are, and the steps in this workflow. They're really quite simple. First, we need to find wallets. We need to find profitable wallets with statistics that show potential. The second step is to then qualify those wallets. Open up the last 5 or 6 trades, look at the charts, and see if there's an opportunity. After that, the third step is to map out the trader's last set of trades into a readable numerical CSV format. It might sound a little bit complicated and intimidating, but it's very, very easy. And once we have that, the last step is to run it through the strategy analyzers. So we can analyze over 120,000 possible combinations of entry, take profit, stop loss, and exit. So we would know what every single combination would have yielded over the trader's last 100 trades. So we can see, one, was it possible to even be profitable with that trader, given the price impact they have on the chart, the slippage, and the tokens they traded? And if so, what is the best strategy? And then based on all the possible combinations, what strategy do we want to use to trade with that trader? So like I said before, in order to do that, we are using the copy trader tools. Now, if you're a member of Odin Bot and you have Odin Bot Pro, that's great. I used Odin Bot Pro for a few months. It's a fantastic service. But for the purpose of this video, I'll be using the copy trader tools, where we also have a wallet index, where we are constantly scraping, updating, and trimming so you can sort through and filter through all the most profitable wallets on the Solana network. If anyone is interested, we also have the exact same thing for BNB. I use the filters to filter out for wallets that meet a certain criteria. My favorite filters at the current moment are a minimum 20 trades, a minimum of a 10-minute median hold time, a minimum of a 60% win rate, a maximum of a 99% win rate, because 100% win rates are usually sketchy scammers, minimum ROI of 10%, maximum ROI of 70%, because anything above 70 starts to get sketchy as well. And we filter out any 0 Solana balances, but I'll put a minimum Solana balance of 0.15 or 0.1, and that's it. I'll sort by total ROI. I'll know which wallets I have or haven't checked based on the ones that are tagged, and I'll just start to open new wallets to see if there's anything that I like. What I'm looking for when I reach this page is a positive ROI, a win rate above 60. I'm looking for very long hold times. I'm looking for decent trading volume, not too slow, not too fast. In this case, 3 to 5 trades a day is perfect. I like, if I can, to see some big wins. And if everything looks good, I'll check the 30-day stat. I'll see how old the wallet is. And so far, I like what I see. The next step is to open up some of these trades and to see what the charts look like. Because at the end of the day, stats mean nothing. What matters most is what happens on the charts. I stay on a 1-second time frame. I paste the trader's address in the makers tab. I zoom out. I see when they bought, when they sold, and I find their trades. Here we go, 3 buys and then 1 sell. And already, I'll tell you, I absolutely love what I am seeing here, because what I'm looking for is opportunity. First of all, there's plenty of opportunity here to buy immediately when they buy and to sell when they sell. However, the ROI overall for doing that long term is quite low. I don't think I would lose money, but after fees, I wouldn't make much money. But that's okay, because right away, I see an opportunity for buying immediately and using a take profit. In this case, you can make a quick 89% on this trade before they even sell. But I also see an opportunity to buy on a dip. So instead of buying immediately when the trader buys, to enter the trade on a dip. In this case, I could have entered up to a 19% dip. Getting in all the way at the bottom here, using a take profit and also copying the sell to have a chance to make around 110%, or to copy the sell and make around 70%. And if the trader sells before my dip is hit, then I'm not going to enter into the trade. So right away, I've seen enough. I could open a few more charts, and if I wasn't making a video, I probably would, but I like what I see. So now I'm going to come back to copytrader.com and I'm going to open up the CSV generator. I want to map out this trader's trades into a CSV format that the copy trader algorithm can read. I'm going to check the last 100 trades. I'm going to stop checking the price after they sell, because this trader holds for a very long period of time and these tokens are lasting for days, and it would take hours for the CSV generator to collect all of the price data for the last 100 trades. Then I'm going to generate that CSV. That's going to take around 10 minutes. In the meantime, I've created a Google Drive folder under my clients. In my clients folder called Derek5QVA, I named the trader Derek and I tagged him with the first 4 of his wallet address. I'm going to create a new Google Sheet, which is shared with my virtual assistant. I'm going to format it, token name and entry in these columns. I'm going to just censor these columns in preparation for the sheet to be done. Add a little header, name it all trades. And I'm going to name the sheet once again, Derek5QVA. When you're dealing with a lot of trades and a lot of traders, it's very important to stay organized. Checking on the CSV generator now, 60% done. So while I'm waiting for that to be done, I can open up a few more trades to see what's going on with this trader. Let's take a look at this one, US Gold. I will add the address in. I know they bought on February 1st. And once again, they bought a lot of times and they sold once. So clearly this trader has a distinct trading style. I'm already starting to think about all the things that I could possibly do with this trader. I'm gonna zoom out here on a 30-second chart so I can see all of the buys and the sell. And what I'm thinking is I can probably enter on the first buy and enter on a dip, in this case a 70% dip, or even something like a 60% dip. So I'm skipping out on all these trades and entering here, and I'm only entering if the token goes down before they sell. I'm entering once. I'm not entering the trade 10 times, because if I enter 10 times and then the token loses, that's going to cost a lot of money. So I'm just forming a hypothesis on what I think I'm going to do based on the trading style. And if I entered here, I would make around 81%. That's fantastic. If I did have a 70% dip and I entered here, I would make 167%. Yes, I would skip most of these trades, but even if I got only into 10% of the trades, because most of them don't dip 70% before they sell, I'd rather get into 10% of the trades and make a lot of money on those trades than to get into all of the trades and have a lower ROI, unless the strategy analyzers tell me something different. Okay, I'm tired of waiting for this, so I'm going to stop this. I'm going to download the 68 trades. It's more than enough to see if there is a profitable strategy with this trader, which I imagine there will be. So once that's done, I'll download the CSV, show you what that looks like. So it's going to have his trade data, the price that he entered, and the important price points on the chart. It's basically a numerical representation of what's happening in the trades. So it's marking the price that they entered. It's marking all the important price points on the chart that would affect take profit or stop loss, and then it's marking the point that the trader sold. It's doing this for every single trade, in this case 69. So then our algorithm knows exactly what happened in every single trade in a numerical format, and it can test all 120,000 possible combinations of entering either immediately or on a dip up to 90%, using any stop loss from 0 to 70%, using any take profit from 0 to 1000%, and copying the trader's sell. There is also a version that you can run where you continue to collect the data after the sell and you simulate what would happen if you did not copy the trader's sell. But in this case, I want to copy the trader's sell. I can tell by the trading style that that's going to be a good option for me. So I'm going to copy this data into my CSV that I made in the shared folder with myself and my virtual assistants. I'm going to download this as a CSV. I'm going to open up the strategy analyzer. I'm going to upload the CSV, and then I'm going to input the actual slippage that we would get with this trader. Since they are trading high market cap tokens, there's not going to be any slippage at all. Could probably end up getting a lower price, but I'll put 5% as a worst case scenario just in case. Now I'm going to check what it would be like to buy every single time they bought versus only buying the first time they buy in each open position. I have a hunch that the latter will be more successful. So we've analyzed 56,671 combinations. As you see, as I predicted, a minus 60% dip turned out to be the best option. You would get into 18 out of 68 trades using a take profit of 190%, a stop loss of 50%. You'd have an 83% win rate and a total ROI of 80.3%. If you started with 10 Solana, you'd have 14.6 Solana in profit. Now that's 68 buys. So let's go to this trader. Let's see how long will it take to have 68 buys? About 3 days. So trading with this trader for 3 days with 1 Solana per buy in back testing yielded a 14.46% Solana profit. Absolute madness. Now we can go through and see exactly what happened in each trade. You see that we're winning most of them. Trader sells on some, We had stop loss on some, and we can come down and we can see what the cumulative chart of trading with this trader looks like. Looks very, very nice. We can see if there's any market cap red flags. We see that we lose every trade under $401,000 in market cap. So I can easily set my copy trading bot to not buy any tokens under $401,000 in market cap. And then I can retest to see what the results will be in that case. So we've got minus 60, take profit of 190, stop loss 50. We've got our slippage, which is higher than it's actually gonna be. We're copying all buys. And let's have our minimum market cap, 401,000. That's actually insane that that's going to give us a 100% win rate. We skipped those 3 losing trades and our ROI has gone up significantly. And that's it's honestly one of the first times that I have seen a 100% win rate strategy that's more than 3 or 4 trades. And this was literally in the first wallet that I checked here. Now you've got 16,000 profitable wallets here. So, I mean, let your imagination run wild. I checked one of them. You could go through here all day and find good, safe, low risk, high dip, high ROI strategies and make as much money as you want. So obviously I like this. What I'm going to do now is though, I'm going to look at the analysis results. I'm going to see all combinations. So once you're here, you can see every single combination, what the win rate and what the ROI would be for each one, how many trades you would get in. You can scroll through literally every single one. And these are all the combinations if you are copying the trader's sell, and then you have another 60,000 if you were not copying the trader's sell. So lots of opportunity, lots of combinations. And if there's no winning strategies when you run a trader, then you simply could not have won copy trading that trader. And what most people try to do is they try to just simply copy a trader by buying when they immediately buy, and you can see in this case you'd have a 3% ROI, and after fees you pretty much would probably end up losing a little bit of money. So once you get to the screen, you can pretty much find any strategy. You can have a minimum win rate, a minimum amount of trades that you want to get in, and you can pick the best, safest strategy for you. You can run that through a manual test. You can see the cumulative chart, what it looks like for that strategy, and then you can choose one. But I'm going to choose the original strategy because an 83% win rate, an 80% ROI, and with our market cap filter, we eliminate all losing trades. I really can't beat that right now, but like I said, I want to stress this. I only looked at 63 trades. Using this strategy, we're only getting into 18 trades. So I'm not going to go all out and throw 2-3 Solana per buy until I have more data, until I have at least 100 trades mapped, until I've been trading with that trader for a few days, continuing to add in all of their trades or have my virtual assistant do it, starting to see results in my testing, and then it will be time to increase the buy size if everything continues to go well and I see a strong cumulative chart that undeniably has an upward trend. And that's it. Once you do that, all that's left is to put this wallet into your Odin Bot, configure the settings, set up your auto sell profiles, and let it run. At some point, you have to take that leap of faith because remember, we can't predict the future. There's no guarantee that just because the cumulative chart has been going up like that for months that it's going to continue to do so. We do our best to put ourselves in the best position to have a strategy that will continue to see results, but there is never a guarantee. So never trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. This is all a game. It should be fun. It is fun. But if you don't have the finances to trade with, you're trading with money that you need for rent or food, then it can become really stressful really fast. And that actually makes it harder to be successful because you are more attached to the money. You start to get in the way of the results because once you have a strategy, you just need to plug it in and just let go. Just don't get in the way. Just don't sell early. Don't turn it off after 2 trades lose. Just trust in the process. Start slow, slowly scale. So that's it. If you want to learn more, like I said, if you want to know how to set up the copy trading bots, if you want to go really deep into every step of this process, we've got a free course, copytrader.com with 2 R's/course. We've got our own Discord channel with over 800 members. We've got so many members doing incredibly well right now, sharing all sorts of wins, and not just like one win, consistent wins over the course of a month. This is standard for CopyTrader users because we have a system that works. So if you're interested, you can DM me if you have more questions. We're here to help you. If you have any questions, you can DM me. I am Ruskies10 on Discord, but beware and be careful of anyone trying to impersonate me. If they don't have the official Copy Trader badge, then it's not me, no matter what they tell you, no matter how much they try to convince you, because there are loads of people trying to impersonate me on Discord. If you want to email me, it's Sean, SEAN, at copytrader with 2Rs.com. So I hope this video helped give you an insight, especially to how you could start copy trading and making money with a very small starting size, with a very small buy size. You can really backtest and go for those higher ROI strategies. And then when you have a larger balance, when you have a bigger buy size, you can start to use more scalping strategies, 10 to 20%. And if anyone is watching this and you're not a member of Copy Trader and you don't plan to be, we do have some free tools available to everyone, like our fee calculator, where you can come in and you can say, okay, what's the price of Solana, which is pathetically about $90 right now. You can say, okay, the back testing showed me that I'm gonna have a 10% ROI. My buy size is 0.1. None of the tokens I'm trading are migrated. My priority fee is 0.002 on Odin. I'm not using a tip, and I got my 1% bot fee. And then you'll see exactly how much money you are gonna make after fees, because it's very important. If you're using a small buy size and you think you're gonna use Turbo to get in fast, then you'll see very quickly that even though back testing told you you would have a 10% ROI, you're losing 20% to fees because your buy size is so small in relation to your priority fee. So you'd still lose 10% even if you are running a profitable strategy that is yielding a 10% profit. So in that case, if you did want to use Turbo, you'd have to up your buy size significantly. But even then, Turbo is brutal. So you might want to buy it on dip and use a smaller priority fee. Maybe trade migrated tokens at a high market cap, and then you're making a lot more money. So there's a lot more than just copying wallets to this game. We've got all the tools, loads of tools for Solana, loads of tools for BNB to help you find your own wallets, analyze them, see who's copying them, see who they're copying, pretty much anything you can think of. But I'll leave you at that. And thanks for watching. If you have any questions, again, like, hit me up, no problem. Happy to help anyone out.